So, there's this YouTuber. He's been around for a while, actually. It's not new by any means. This goes by the name of Puggos Pizzeria. If you're not in the Five Nights at Freddy's community, or you're over the age of 8 years old, you've probably never heard of this dolt. Well, worry not. I'm here to tell you all about his rise to fame and the people he's absolutely stepped on and crushed to get where he is today. Puggo started his channel around 5 years ago under the name of Five Nights at Puggos. The first video is harmless and just consists of only some kid with a camera just having fun making a YouTube video. The next videos follow the same routine. The channel takes inspiration from Plushtubers like SlyPie and Gabe's World, who were incredibly popular at the time. Both of these channels have also had their downfall, but I'll get into that in a separate video. But now, moving on. The quality of the videos remains consistent. Some Fnaf plushies with funny voices are puppeteered in front of a camera. This goes on until he makes his first merch review, Fnaf 6 Funko Pop Rockstar Foxy. This video does significantly better than his previous plush videos, reaching 1.5 thousand views. He releases 3 more review videos with close view counts before returning to his old formula. His channel continues to make more plush videos, while sprinkling in merch reviews here and there, before ultimately making merch review the main focus, while plush videos seem to be much more scarce before they were just ultimately phased out. He continued to make merch reviews, and none of these gained much traction, most barely making it over 500 views. He reached his first viral video titled, I Got a Package from Scott Cawthon, yeah sure buddy, and his channel's views and subscriber count only rose from there as the quality began to go up. But enough about his background, let's get into what you all really came for, the juicy stuff. First, I'd like to thank a user on X who made an amazing Google Doc listing off most of the terrible stuff he's just gotten away with. If you'd like to be credited or would like this video taken down, please let me know and I will do so without hesitation. Now without further ado, let's get straight into the facts, and only the facts. Puggo either fakes, milks, or does both on most of his modern videos, whether it be an unboxing or something else. It's just quite obvious these are made for clicks and nothing more. His first faked video was him opening a mystery box he claims he bought from a seller. This is probably untrue for many reasons. 1, all of the merch had been seen in his previous videos, and 2, none of it was still even in its original packaging, except for the Funko Pops, but those are usually kept in packaging either way. It could be a coincidence, but it's highly unlikely, especially considering his track record of being just a blatant liar. And after this video did quite well, reaching over 350,000 views, he began to do much more staged content, each one getting more and more obvious and actually dipping in quality. This is incredibly minuscule compared to everything else he's done. Puggo's recent content is extremely sexualized, which is disgusting for so many reasons. Mainly, his audience is people under the age of 13, as seen in his Discord server. He's also a grown-ass man, making this even creepier. Some examples of his questionable videos are a YouTube short titled, What is the hottest FNAF merch? Which I'll show you now.
Hottest FNAF merch ever made. The Ballora and Glamrock Chica plushies are pretty hot, but not as hot as the beautiful Chica Mask or Roxanne Wolf Mystery Mini. But then there's some really strange stuff like Roxanne Wolf's juice in a bottle and then Glamrock Freddy's juice. We also can't forget the super hot detailed items like the Vanity Mewtwo's figure and Funko action figure, or even the Ballora action figure, high score toy Chica figure, and even the toy Chica Funko Snap. But the hottest FNAF merch ever made is the 1-foot tall Vanny statue.
Even though the true hottest FNAF character is Candy Cadet.
As you can see, it's completely disgusting what he does in these short videos, and nobody seems to give a shit. There are so many more videos that follow this exact formula, just, with different pieces of merch. Many of his thumbnails are also very suggestive or show suggestive art, yet YouTube doesn't seem to give a crap. There are many cases of this disgusting behavior being shown, and considering Puggo's audience, this makes it 100 times worse. Some may argue Puggo wasn't aware of his audience being mainly children, yet he has hosted a few events now where, you guessed it, only children showed up too. He's completely aware of his audience, yet feels no remorse for what he's doing. He continues to create this kind of content to this day and repeatedly pushes this shit on minors. It's disgusting. I don't know how he gets away with it or how YouTube allows it, but it really just needs to be put to an end. A few years back, the YouTuber SlyPie released a video, that is now delisted, exposing Puggo's Pizzeria. As of now, there's actually no proof of this video ever existing besides a few comments on Twitter and other social media platforms bringing up the old video. I watched it when it first came out and don't actually remember much from the original video because it was a very long time ago. But one thing that stood out to me was how many people this guy bullied, threatened, doxed, including his ex-editor, I think was by the name of Wolfie. However, correct me if I'm wrong on this. This isn't in his past either. Quite recently, he made a hate video centering around a smaller YouTuber and online seller who specializes in care packages from certain Fnaf characters. The YouTuber goes by the name of IX Sapphire, and you can go watch her video for more details on her experience with him. To sum it up, he told her he was making a video about her via Instagram DM. She asked if it was going to be a hate video, and he proceeded to reassure her that it was going to be nothing like that. Of course, he lied, as he always does, and proceeded to call her out as a scammer, literally titling the video, "The Biggest FNAF Scammer on TikTok." What a fucking loser. And just tore her apart the entire video. It was absolutely horrendous behavior, and it wasn't excusable then, and is no way excusable now. And that's not even the bottom of the crusty barrel for this loser. He has made people feel small and insignificant several times in his Discord server while he boasts about his collection and continues to have his ego stroked by his cult. This jerk is an egotistical rich kid and treats everyone else like a sack of shit. Puggo has also gone on to, make awful jokes about other YouTubers in his Discord, such as Mr. Springs and Jonnyblox, making very weird and perverted statements in his server. He made a fake account impersonating Mr. Springs, making them say unsavory things. What a fucking weirdo. He has also gone on record saying a multitude of offensive and explicit things to Jonnyblox, who is obviously uncomfortable from this, I'm sure. There are many more cases of him just being a terrible human being all around, but as of now, that's all we have on record. Puggo's shorts consist of brain rot, and honestly, it's the exact same vibe videos being slightly changed in some way and then just re-uploaded. He gets hundreds of thousands of views from these, and it's obviously only done to get as many views as possible, which he has actually admitted to. He over-exaggerates his voice, plays as many loud sound effects as possible, and shows a bunch of bright colors to grasp the short attention span of children. The videos can be quite suggestive sometimes, making this even worse, as I've already talked about, but he is fully aware of his child audience and continues to make the filth. This content is just disgusting. It's brain rot, and it's brain rot made by a terrible human. As you can see, we've gone over everything that he's done. He's just not good. I don't understand. He has such a large following. So many people idolize this dude. And somehow they don't even know. He's swept all of it under the rug and somehow managed to get away with it. Even though he continues the terrible things, he continues them today. He hasn't learned, and he never will, because there's no repercussions for his actions. And there probably never will be. I actually looked for more videos on Puggos, seeing if anybody else had talked about him. And there is actually barely any. There's I can count the number of videos on my fingers of how many videos people have made about this guy. And it's terrible. He has no accountability for his actions, and he's never going to learn if he doesn't. And of course, there isn't going to be any there's going to be no consequences because YouTube only cares about money. And that's the simple truth. But, as you can see, these are obviously to rake in extra money and nothing else. The whole channel is pointless bullshit that he cultivates in his YouTube farm. He makes a bunch of these unboxing videos where he supposedly bought them online, but he's obviously just putting his own merch in a cardboard box and thinking his audience is stupid enough to believe that. He has legitimately purchased some boxes from sellers, but even then he lied about how much they cost. He said in one of his videos one of the mystery boxes cost him $100, when in reality the seller actually came out and said he only paid $50 for the box. I swear, this guy is actually a pathological liar. He needs to lie. He can't actually not lie. Not only does he lie about small and unimportant things, like the price of a mystery box, but he's guilty of stealing content ideas from other YouTubers, mainly SlyPie. The final thing I want to talk about today is what I like to refer to as the Blippi effect. If it's not self-explanatory already, the Blippi effect usually occurs after a content creator blows up on the internet and slowly becomes a man-child. I'm sure there's so much more information about this lowlife, but that's all I've been able to scrape together, as most of it's been delisted as he tries to sweep his past right under the rug. And Puggo, I'm sure you're going to try and get this video taken down, and so I say to you, go ahead and do it. Make my day. Just prove my point. So, what do we learn today? I could say something meaningful and corny here, but I don't like that shit, so leave you with this. Don't encourage assholes.